right, guys. Merry Christmas. Welcome back. Hold My Helmet Football Podcast. I'm your host, Will Reichling.
Merry Christmas. Your co-host, Dylan Boyle.
Dylan, what's up, man? How was your Christmas, by the way?
My Christmas was great. I mean, we had the pleasure of actually having a football game on Christmas.
Two. Not one, but two, my friend.
No. Yeah, you get 2 for 1. And I love it. I love how they actually, they're starting to be more productive with it. They're changing things up. They're adding games in, during Black Friday, Christmas. I love what they're doing. The NFL is doing a great job.
But Dylan, these games were not that good. I mean, these were 4 viable teams in the AFC: Texans, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs. But these were overmatched games where the Ravens kind of blew out the Texans, the Chiefs blew out the Steelers. Let's start with the Texans-Ravens. And yes, it's obvious. C.J. Stroud has had a sophomore slump this season. 12 interceptions. He only had 5 all of last season. Clearly, he's regressed slightly. But it's obvious. You watch the games. You watch him play. He's a good quarterback. He's incredibly accurate. He can make throws on the run. He's quicker and more mobile than people anticipated coming out of college. Gets the ball out quick. Like, there's a lot about C.J. Stroud that you like. But, like, clearly, like, I've been saying this all offseason. Like, you're now the hunted. You're not the hunters. People have tape on you. Defenses have tape on you. You're going to have some slight regression. This is pretty much the same roster as last season. Maybe, like, minus some offensive line pieces. Diggs out for the season. But Diggs wasn't here last year. Yeah. Tank Dell out for the season. But Tank Dell got hurt in, like, week 10, 11 last season. That was a brutal injury, let's be honest. And C.J. Stroud was crying. But, like, I get it. That's your best friend. Your season is now completely changed. This is the second year in a row. It's hard to focus after that. It
was a solid number 2 that you're going to be missing. But, not to mention, now they have Joe Mixon to fill in the gap. And he's been doing a great job. But I feel like it's nothing besides, this team's taking a step back. I mean, we kind of put them on a pedestal after last year. I mean, I thought they would be, runner-up for Super Bowl. They were with the way they were playing last year. But it's not even close this year. And it keeps on going back to what you were saying. They're the hunter, or they're the hunted, not the hunters. And I don't know. I think C.J. Stroud, he's still really great quarterback, but at the same time, he's not as great as we thought he would be.
Maybe it's a little humbling for him. Maybe he takes year 3 after the season, bounces back a little bit, takes the tape that was given on him, and he maybe adjusts a little bit after the season. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Dak Prescott's rookie season. Kind of shot the world, 23 touchdowns, 4 picks. You had Zeke. They had Zeke that season. I mean, C.J. Stroud didn't have a Zeke. C.J. Stroud, he had Nico Collins, Tank Dell. Dak had Des Bryant, Jason Witten, but it was really about Zeke and Dak. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, Dak's had some big numbers. He was runner-up MVP last season. I say it all the time. But he just really hasn't been the same after that rookie season. Is that going to be the same for C.J. Stroud?
And I feel like this is a very similar situation to Trevor Lawrence right now.
Well, similar, yes, but
very similar.
Trevor Lawrence had a shitty rookie season, great second season.
Okay,
shitty
so
third,
a little different. But
honestly, I'll still take C.J. Stroud right now over Trevor Lawrence.
Any day of the week.
But dude, I've been saying we had arguments many weeks this season. Who's the MVP? Lamar, Josh Allen. I said Josh Allen. You said Lamar. I'm going to switch right now. Right now it's Lamar.
Honestly, it's a go either way thing.
You look at the stats, though, it's Lamar.
But then you look at the film on Josh Allen, and it's just like, but every other play is a wow.
Here's the thing, though. Recently, the Bills barely beat the Patriots. The Ravens beat the Steelers.
Divisional.
I understand. Look, you know me with divisionals. I get that. But the Ravens beat the Steelers. Like, very convincingly beat the Steelers. Then beat the Texans. So now the Ravens are starting to gain momentum. Big games, big-time games, winning big-time games. Josh Allen barely beating mediocre to bad teams. They're playing the Jets. If he struggles again, Lamar Jackson might pull away with this MVP award.
I think he's the front runner for sure.
He is right now.
I think Josh Allen is a clear number 2.
Right now, I'm on the same page.
That can change within a week.
It could.
But the plays that Josh Allen makes is just absolutely ridiculous. It's like every other play. It's like anytime he's out of the pocket, it's like, what is he going to do now?
Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? Is he going to hurdle? Is he going to...
Josh Allen out of the pocket is one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the league. Yeah. 100%.
Lamar, too. Lamar, like, what was it? Like a 48-yard touchdown run? Lamar is still showing... Actually, we should give him some props right now. Lamar Jackson, the most rushing yards by a quarterback in NFL history. Congratulations. Past Michael Vick. He's the best running quarterback of all time. Of all time. Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham. I'm trying to think of some right now. It's really, I mean, those two are like two of the biggest ones. And it's just special watching him right now. I mean, Fran Tarkenton was like the traditional scrambler.
I was going to say RG3, but he only really had
one great year.
Yeah.
Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he, so like, very few players have won 3 or more MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Favre, Tom Brady have won 3.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has won 4. Peyton Manning's won 5.
And it's crazy. He's winning all these MVPs, but they still haven't won a Super Bowl.
That's the next step, my friend.
And I see this. I'm going to ask you it. Would you rather win 3 MVPs or 1 Super Bowl?
That's tough because your selfish mindset kicks in a little bit. You're like, I want those MVPs. I want the Hall of Fame.
But what if you never win a Super Bowl?
That's tough. Then you're Dan Marino. Then you're, you're
Exactly.
Curtis Martin. You're
Me, personally, I want to win the big game.
This comes down to what C.J. Stroud, actually, we're on the Texans-Ravens. C.J. Stroud was asked in the offseason, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or Eli Manning's career? He said, I'll take Eli Manning's career. I'll take the Super Bowls. And I argued, like, Aaron Rodgers had a way better career than Eli Manning. Kind of the same thing. I mean, but here's the thing. Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl, so Manning just has 2. But Aaron Rodgers has all the 4 MVPs.
I would rather have... I feel like Eli Manning is just more sensational. I mean, beating Tom Brady in his prime 2 times.
Twice. Yep. No, I hear you.
It's a little biased because I am a Giants fan.
And I'm a Jets fan, so it's biased for me.
Yeah.
So, look, let's move on. The second Christmas game, Steelers-Chiefs. Surprisingly, we actually both picked the Steelers in this game.
Yeah, I thought the Steelers, they were coming out really hot. They were looking really good.
They've kind of fallen off the last couple of weeks.
did.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But, like, the Chiefs, getting Hollywood Brown back from injury has been huge. I mean, these are his first games, but getting him back has been huge for the Chiefs. You can stretch the field, and think about next season. We only have
next season. No, we got to get through this season. 3-peat?
No, you're right.
3-peat?
I mean, right now they probably would be the favorites. I mean, like they're 15-1.
So personally, do you think they're going to make the Super Bowl and win? The way they're playing right now,
I'm going to go with Bills Lions. I think the Bills got them this year, but
the Bills have their numbers.
Yes.
They beat them this year.
In the regular season, they have their number. In the playoffs, they don't. But
the whole different ball game.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah,
different refs.
Different refs. But I'm saying think about next year because Rashee Rice. If they re-sign DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, this actually is not a... Now you bring Marquise Brown back, this is actually not a bad receiver core. This is a pretty solid receiver core. And then,
they got Pacheco and then Kareem Hunt.
And then you talked about it a lot. Noah Gray is going to surpass Kelsey eventually. Mm-hmm. That's a good tight end right there. I think they just keep running it back and back and back. Not like Super Bowl every year, but they're going to be competitive for a long time.
They're the old New England Patriots.
Yes. They might be more dominant. They win the Super Bowl this year. They are the best dynasty ever. No one's ever three-peated. Ever. In the history of the game. Maybe when they did the NFL championship. By the way, the Giants had like a shit ton of NFL championships before the Super Bowl. It was like, they had like 8, something like that.
I wasn't born then. I don't care.
It was like the 40s.
I care about this generation.
Mahomes, the last 6 games, 11 touchdowns, no picks. He really has started to, like, right the ship.
And it's crazy because, I say this all the time, you never know what they're going to be. I mean, we've seen it in past years that, they start off really slow and then they pick it up. But, like, are they going to keep on doing that? And, like, the way that's showing, they're going to do that again.
They're going to keep on doing
that. It
that.
seems like, they're starting to, get their foot in the right place. They're starting to, get things together. They're starting to look like a competent, like, Super Bowl worthy team.
Right.
And they showed it this week.
They really did. And they always hit the ground running at the most perfect time. Last season, they struggled to 11-6. They had like the 3 seed.
Now they're in the opposite position.
They're 15-1.
They have the 1 seed. Did they clinch the 1st seed yet?
They're getting the 1 seed.
They are.
They're going to have it. Yeah. I think the second place team would be the Bills, who are 11-3, 12-3.
So they would have to lose it because they do have the winner over them. If they tied, the
Bills have the tiebreaker.
So if the Bills lose, if the Bills win out and the Chiefs lose out, they can still clinch.
I think
they can still get the 1st seed.
Did the Chiefs already clinch? No,
I don't think they did.
You can look it up if you want, but I really don't think they did. Can they three-peat?
They can in the right situation. What team would they need to play to,
Bro, round 1, they have the bye. Who would be the worst seed that would move on to round 2?
No, they clinched. Kansas City's 15-1.
Yeah, they clinched. I knew they clinched. They're benching their starters
Bills
this week.
are 12-3, so there's no way. There's only 2 weeks left. That would make sense. So, X and Z.
They clinched first round bye?
Z is bye?
No, because no, that doesn't make sense.
X is playoff.
That wouldn't make sense because there's 2 games left. They're 2 games back. The Bills have the tiebreaker.
No, they clinched. They clinched.
How?
There's 2 games. There's only 2 games.
And the Bills are 2 games back, and they have the
3.
tiebreaker.
They're
12-3.
Kansas City is 15-1.
2 in the loss column.
And Bills are 12-3.
3 losses to 1 loss.
Oh, do the Chiefs still have a bye?
No, because the Chiefs just played their Saturday game. No, not their Christmas game.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The Bills can still win
so
the
they
1
can,
seed.
They can still.
Because they have the tiebreaker. Anyway, I still think the
Confused.
Chiefs are going to be the 1 seed, probably, yes.
They are, unless, you never know. You don't want to,
They're playing Carson. I think they're actually going to start resting their starters. Maybe not this week, but like Carson Wentz is going to come in eventually.
No, they can't do it this week.
They have 1 more game left. I keep forgetting that they're a week ahead now. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs are a week ahead.
Oh,
so
no, it's over.
already.
No, you're right. They clinched.
No, because if the Bills win, then they'll be 13-3.
Yeah, but the Chiefs.
Then they're 2 games behind.
No, but the Chiefs only can get 2 losses because they have 1 more game left. I just realized that. The Chiefs did clinch. The Chiefs clinched.
No, because the Chiefs still have 2 more games left.
They have 1 game left. They just played in Christmas. That's where we're getting confused.
Week 18 is the last week.
And yeah.
Oh.
They did.
So
the Chiefs clinched the 1 seed.
It
It took us like 2 minutes to get there, but the Chiefs clinched the 1 seed. Let's move on. Let's just move on from this game because they got the 1 seed. They're rushing their starters. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. They could three-peat. They could not. But like I do think the Bills have their number.
That might change my picks for this week. That might.
Yeah.
No, next week because
this week, next week, whatever. Eagles, Commanders, Jaden Daniels, 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes in the last 30 seconds of the 4th quarter and/or overtime. Most in NFL history, since the merger, I think. Jaden Daniels, rookie, has been honestly sensational. Like, he has turned this Commanders franchise around.
And, like, coming from behind, in game-winning drives, he
against
is
the top 3 defense.
Phenomenal. I mean, he might be up there with, like, why am I blanking? With Lamar Jackson.
Name 1 quarterback, yeah.
With Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's sensational, man.
He actually looks a lot like a hybrid Lamar. Not like a Lamar that's more refined in the pocket earlier in his career. Mm-hmm. Lamar, it took him a few seasons to get more refined.
He was run happy first, and then he kind of came back down to earth.
Jaden Daniels has been... You see the touchdown. He's not moving. Like, he can move if he wants to, but he doesn't move in the pocket. He makes dart throws. So, like, that touchdown throw to McLaurin in the corner of the left end zone, that is a big-time throw to a big-time receiver. Like, you want to make those throws every week. And he can. He has the capability of doing that. So, if I'm the Eagles, I wouldn't be too upset. But, like, I think you might think otherwise about, like, their coaching and everything. So, if you want to, like...
The whole thing here is, they had a 2-possession lead going into halftime, after Jalen Hurts got hurt. And, when you have a backup in, you expect the coaching staff to kind of step up a little more and, to kind of fill that role and guide them a little more. And I don't want to blame this all on Kenny Pickett. Like, I mean, he didn't play good at all, but with the lead that you have, you should be able to, coach your way to the win. And it doesn't seem like they did it at all.
Well, in the defense of the Eagles offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, Kenny Pickett sucks. So, I mean, you saw him on the Steelers. He just has no arm strength, no arm talent, no accuracy. He's just a bad quarterback.
Well, what do you expect? Well, let me ask you. What do you expect your backup to do? I mean, you have a 2-point lead. You kind of expect the backup to just step in and just maintain the lead. That's all you have to do.
Well,
you don't have to win the game.
He made some big throws to
AJ
Brown.
Brown.
He made some big throws to AJ Brown. So, I mean,
So what else does it come down to?
No, you're right. He's a backup. No, you're right. He's a backup quarterback, and the defense needs to hold them. Jaden Daniels went down the field like 3 times at the end of the game. Like, that's really what it was. And honestly, it's more props to Jaden Daniels than it is shitting on the Eagles defense. So it was a good win.
I just love shitting on the Eagles defense.
I know you do. I know.
I love shitting on the Eagles in general.
Dude, Sam Darnold has been a stud. Like,
I'm getting right into it.
I'll admit that. Like, I've been a Sam Darnold hater. I'm a Jets fan. I honestly didn't want to trade him to draft Zach Wilson. I wanted to keep Sam Darnold. I saw the pro day throw. I got a little wowed, just like everyone else. I was like, you know what, maybe this guy does have some insane arm talent. Trade Darnold. Sucks on the Panthers. Back up for the Niners for a year. Goes to the Vikings. Has a good 5-6 games. I'm like, this is a fluke. This is not a fluke. He's 32 touchdown passes. He is a top 10 quarterback right now. Sam Darnold, that touchdown throw to Justin Jefferson. Not many quarterbacks can make that throw. Moving forward, getting hit, the arm angle. Like, Sam Darnold has some straight baller talent, my friend. What do you think?
I've been saying this all year. And you finally come around. I'm glad you came around, but I've been telling you this from the beginning. This guy is like a top 10 quarterback.
105 passer rating. What do you do with J.J. McCarthy?
That's a great question. I think you got to let it ride. You got to let it ride.
Franchise tag or sign him for like a multiple-year deal and trade McCarthy. Franchise tag Darnold and keep McCarthy, or sign Darnold for a long-term deal and trade McCarthy.
I think you got to franchise tag him.
I agree.
I mean, you can't let something go just off of short term.
You got 2 quarterbacks right now. Keep them. You have one on a rookie deal, one that you could franchise tag if you have the rights to him. So do it.
On the other hand, Sam Darnold's stock is up there. They can get quite a bit from him. I know there's a lot. I think every team in the NFL might want him.
Well, here's the thing: he's a free agent after the year. You can't trade him. You could franchise him and trade him. Actually, I'm wrong. You could franchise tag him and trade him. So it's tough. But the way he's playing, 105 passer rating, like, if they win one playoff game, I'm keeping him. He's my starter moving forward. You running back one more year. You improving that defense. You have a great defensive coordinator. You need some more talent in that defense. Maybe another offensive lineman. Maybe a running back. Aaron Jones is getting a little older. You get that stuff. You could compete in the NFC against the Eagles, the Lions, the Packers. Like, you're right there. You are right there.
Absolutely.
You have a quarterback that's athletic, can make throws in the run, different arm angles, confidence, like great footwork in the pocket. Like, this guy is everything I want him to be on the New York Jets. Like, it's what I want. Like, he looks like the quarterback I thought he was going to be. This is what Sam Darnold should have been the whole time. And I'm glad he's finally hit his potential. And Geno Smith, also a Jets quarterback.
Also, just quarterback.
Right. He hit his potential too. It's just unfortunate because his potential is not as good as Sam Darnold's potential.
Not even.
But he's a solid player.
He is.
He's a top 20
on the right week. He's absolutely.
He's a top 20 quarterback. He's top 20.
Some weeks he's better.
Some weeks he's 25. Some weeks he's 13.
Exactly. You got to get a little bit of both with him, and that's what's kind of unfortunate. You never get a consistent player out of him.
And I will say, for a rookie, and I think it might have something to do with the head coaching, Sean Payton, but Bo Nix has slightly improved more and more as the season has gone on. Now,
that's what you expect out of your rookie quarterback.
I've honestly liked what I've seen from him. He commands the offense. He commands respect from Sean Payton. We talked about this a few weeks ago when he was barking on Sean Payton on the sideline. You're like, I like to see that from my quarterback. I would go into a foxhole with that guy any day, but the Chargers come from behind and they win with Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. I had was going through the game, watching this Thursday Night Football, by the way, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I love Justin Herbert, top 5-6 quarterback. Eventually, you gotta win. You have to start winning games. So my take was about to be eventually you have to win because they were losing that game, but then also they come back, they win. It changes now, so it's like.
Well, let me ask you: did you know it was a rule that with
the fair catch kiss? I've never seen that. Never seen that before.
Like, I'm gonna be totally honest. I didn't watch the game, and I was watching highlights, and I was watching I was so confused. Them explaining it to me in the game, I was very confused.
I've never.
It's like they called it before it even happened. Like they knew it was going to happen.
I am a diehard football I'm a diehard NFL fan. I've never seen that before. I didn't even know that was a rule.
Apparently, it didn't happen in the last 50 years.
It hasn't been made in the last 50 years. It's happened before, but it wasn't. They didn't convert the field goal. That's the first time it's happened since like the 70s or whatever. They converted it because they've tried from like insanely like deep.
So
yardage.
how does that work? Is it?
You get a penalty on a fair catch. You can do a free kick.
But where is it from?
Wherever the penalty ends up. Like, wherever you get the fair catch and the 15-yard penalty from that.
So the reason why it probably doesn't happen much because most fair catches are, like, deep
Exactly.
in the end zone.
Yes.
So for this instance, it so happened to work out where it was within, like, so it was like a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah, and they were close.
So if it happens at, like, the 60...
There's like a 59-yard field goal, I think.
If it happened at, like, the 60, you could bring it back to, like, the 45.
The 60?
And then it would be like a 60-yard field goal.
I thought you said the 60-yard line.
No, like the...
I get what you mean, but you said the 60. I'm like, the 60-yard line?
Well, no, I mean like 60 yards
I
out.
know, I got you. Yeah,
you got me.
So the Broncos and Chargers, two AFC West teams, like in the same division, very close in record. Who's better, Broncos or Chargers?
I think the Broncos are the better team.
Chargers just won the game.
I know they did.
I agree. I think the Broncos are better, too.
Oh, you think the Broncos are better?
Yeah.
I think they played better. I think, it just the Chargers got a little luckier.
These are both great coaches.
Great quarterbacks. Like they're a very evenly matched team.
The Broncos have the better roster, and the Chargers that just pulled through because of the quarterback and just the quarterback and coach. Honestly, it's gonna be exciting. These two teams should make the playoffs, like barring disaster. They should. Let's go to one more game. Bucks Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Like. As far as potential for later on in the season, this wasn't that exciting, but it was exciting as far as the individual game. The Cowboys, Cooper Rush is running the offense very well. Mike McCarthy, people are saying this guy he's a dead man walking. His job's done. He's not coming back next year. Once Dak was hurt, everyone was like, "This is it for Mike McCarthy." So I started talking about him for the Jets. I think he's coming back now. The way he's been playing with Cooper Rush.
As J.J. McCarthy, would you want to come back, though? Would you want to come back to a franchise like this? I would rather restart. Restart and go to another franchise. Make your name there.
Most head coaches, they get fired twice, resign twice. They don't make it the third time. So if I'm Mike McCarthy, Dallas, big brand, I would stay. Let's not lose these bells just yet.
No, not yet. Soon, but not yet.
One more week of this.
I knew it was going to happen.
Fuck. Oh, we get this. We get this.
Come on, brother. Hang on by a thread.
This is all live, by the way. No, I'm just
really? Was it live?
I'm just kidding. All right, so that actually was a microcosm of the Cowboys season. Just when you think it's going well, it just falls over on the table.
Hoping that's the last time.
Do you think Mike McCarthy comes back next year?
I wouldn't. I would reset, go to another franchise. You kind of have this stink on you from the Cowboys. It's like,
yeah.
Why not rebrand somebody somewhere else?
More importantly, Bucks 8-7, Falcons 8-7. Falcons have the tiebreaker. They won both games. You have 2 games left. Each Falcons, Commanders.
So Commanders have to win out. I mean, I'm sorry. Bucks have to win out.
No, Falcons. If the Falcons win out, they win the division. Falcons lose one game. Bucks win more than the Falcons. They win. So the Bucks have left. I don't have the schedule in front of me. But I think the Bucks have the Saints and the Panthers, and actually I have it right here. The Bucks have the Panthers, and the Saints week 18.
No way.
The Falcons have the Commanders and the Panthers, I think. So
if both of them win out, then the Falcons win.
Yeah.
Get the division.
So who do you think wins it?
I think the Bucks.
I don't know, man. I'll show. We'll get into our week 17 picks in a little bit, but I'm thinking.
Excuse me.
Bless you. I'm thinking the Falcons win against the Commanders. I think the Falcons win the division.
I don't know. I think the Commanders win.
If Michael Penix was starting all season, this would be a different story. Unfortunate they waited so long.
Do you really think that?
Yes.
One game against the Giants and you already think
No, I just no. It has nothing to do with that game. I think he was a better quarterback before that. Like he was ready to start immediately. He was not a guy. He was not a project.
I don't think that Giants game justifies how he actually will
I don't
play in
even care about the Giants. It has nothing to do with the Giants game. Like literally, not even thinking about the Giants game. That was like a wash of a game for me. He was a 5-year starter, almost a national.
So you
championship.
think if they make the playoffs, they're gonna ride with Penix?
Kirk Cousins is not going to be a Falcons anymore.
Wait, I think they already cut him.
No, they didn't.
They did. They
No,
cut him already.
No, they didn't.
I swear to
No,
God.
no.
I swear, I saw an article.
Show me.
I saw something. Hold on.
They didn't cut him.
Look it up.
They didn't cut him.
All right, I'm gonna get back to this, but
They didn't cut him.
I thought I saw something where they said they cut him.
They have a 4-year deal with him.
Pay him out and cut him.
They might, but they didn't do it yet.
All right. Anyways, I don't know. I don't think he's a playoff caliber quarterback. I feel like if you have Kirk Cousins, why not ride with him in the playoffs?
He had 1 touchdown, 9 picks in his last 5 games. It was terrible. He was awful. Michael Penix is the better quarterback right now. He's more athletic, better arm. He has more oomph in his passes. Kirk Cousins is shot. So that's my opinion on that. But let's go. Look, let's go to Week 17 picks. I was 9-7 last week. You were 11-5. I'm 148-92, and you're 157 and 83. 157 and 83, right?
I'm 157-83.
I'm 148-92. I am 9 games behind you. We got 2 weeks left. I got to catch up to you. We'll start with Packers at Vikings. Packers 1.5-point favorites on the road, surprisingly. Vikings beat them last time. I'm going to go with Vikings here. I told you, I'm on the Sam Darnold train. The Packers have been playing well, but the Vikings, I feel like are red hot right now. So I'm going to go with the Vikings, Sam Darnold.
I'm going to go Vikings too. I mean, I was sitting on this game for a while, wondering what team. But the Vikings are just so high right now. It's just like the Packers just make too many mistakes. I mean, Jordan Love throws too many picks. I feel like this is a game that's kind of going to be like a shootout. And, Jordan Love is going to throw 1 too many picks.
Broncos at Bengals. Bengals are 3-point favorites at home. I'm going to go with the Bengals. They've been red hot. Joe Burrow's been red hot. The defense has been much better. The Broncos have been faltering a little bit. They let up the lead to the Chargers. I'm going to go with Bengals at home here.
I'm going to help you out here because I know we need opposite games. I'm going to go Broncos here. I like the Broncos from this game. I think they've been playing really good football. I think I think they've just been playing football. I mean, Sean Payton has been coaching this team very well. Bo Nix has kind of been coming on. Every game he's been coming on more and more, and he's becoming better and better. And I think they're the better team than the Bengals. I mean, I think the Bengals defense alone has been, blowing out too many games, and I think the Broncos are gonna be able to, capitalize on that.
Cardinals Rams, another Saturday game. It seems like I always go Cardinals and they lose. I go against them, they win. I'm gonna go Rams here. I think the Rams, they win this game, win the division. They have the better roster, better quarterback, better head coach. I'm gonna go Rams here.
I'm going Rams here too. They're just generally the better team. I don't like what I've been seeing from Kyler Murray. He's just another one of those quarterbacks that just makes too many mistakes.
Great talent. You just don't know if you can win with him.
You just don't know. Nothing much else to go into here. Rams roster is just better.
Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys have been playing better. Eagles are home. Eagles are the better team. I actually don't know Jalen Hurts is playing in this game. Is he coming back?
I mean, it was a concussion protocol, right?
Yeah, I think he's expected to play. I think whether or not he plays is a little bit irrelevant. I think the Eagles have the better roster. Cowboys might cover the spread. I'm going to go Eagles here, though.
Unlikely to play Week 17 versus the Cowboys.
Makes it tough for me. Makes it tough.
Honestly, that's a deciding factor for me.
I'm going to go Eagles still.
I don't like what I saw from Kenny Pickett when he was playing.
Hand it to Barkley, baby. Give me Eagles. Better
Honestly,
defense, better offensive line, better running back. Eagles.
Because I have Saquon Barkley in my fantasy in my finals. So, if they just fed Barkley, great day for me.
Great day.
But I don't think they win this game if Jalen Hurts isn't playing.
Okay.
So give me, if Jalen Hurts playing, I get the Eagles. If not, I get the Cowboys.
Sunday Night Football, Falcons at Commanders. Commanders are 4.5-point favorites. I said before, Michael Penix, Falcons win the division. They start by winning this game on the road against Washington. You're going to see why Michael Penix should have been top 10 draft pick, like he was, number 8 overall. You're going to see why he could go toe-to-toe with Jaden Daniels. Michael Penix, Falcons, give me that.
That's crazy.
You'll see.
Crazy. I got to go Commanders here. I just don't see what you see.
You saw one game against your shitty Giants. You have no idea what this guy could do. He was a 5-year starter. He's a 5-year starter in college. Almost won the national championship. He's a plug-and-play guy. He's not a project like Drake May, like Caleb, like J.J. McCarthy. This guy is a media starter, so you'll see.
I will have to see because I'm going Commanders here. I think they have the better roster. I think they've been playing better football.
I actually think the Falcons have the better roster, but
I think
it's close.
Jaden Daniels is just the better quarterback.
He is.
I mean, Penix is just not proven yet.
He is. He's had one start.
So there's nothing that the Falcons have done to prove to me that they can win against really good teams.
Monday Night Football, Lions at 49ers. Lions are the 3.5-point favorites. 49ers have shit. When you lose to the Dolphins late in the season like this, I'm going with the Lions.
I mean, give it to them. Dolphins were home. That's when
I get that,
good.
but no.
No, but I'm not trying to justify
this is not the same team as
this is not. I mean, they kind of bounced back. I know ever since Tua came back, they bounced back a little bit, but they're still not the same. I just don't like what without Tua. And Tua isn't even,
that good.
That good, exactly. It's good, but I'm going with the Lions here too. They're just I rank them like my 1 or 2 best overall teams, and Dolphins aren't even close.
So Thursday Night Football, we already know Seahawks had a slight lead last time we checked. Seahawks at Bears. I'm going Seattle. This is probably going to be over by the time it's posted, but I'm going to go Seattle.
I went with Seattle as well. I mean,
Caleb just struggled. He struggled. They can't score points. We checked. It was the third quarter. They had 3 points. So
it comes to the point. I think it's really coaching. It's they don't even have a head coach right now. They have an intermediate coach. True. I mean, this franchise has just been a failure. I mean, no matter, it's kind of like the Jets. You got like those handful of franchises that are not good.
So
Bears are in that category.
They're getting there. Rapid fire. More games left to pick. These are kind of like the shitty games. You got a lot of bad teams now. Start with another Saturday game. Chargers at Patriots. I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm going Chargers too. They're just a better team.
Colts at Giants. I'm going to go Colts there.
Colts. No reason to go Giants.
This one's tough. Titans at Jags.
This is very, very, it's like the shit off, like the shit bowl.
The poop bowl.
The poop bowl.
So, last time I picked Titans, Will Levis always seems to prove me wrong. Last time they played the Jags. I'm going to go Jags this time and Mac Jones, sadly.
So, Mac Jones against Will Levis. Who do I trust? I trust Will Levis.
Battle of the poop. Okay.
Will Levis more. I'm going with the Titans.
So, we got some different games. This is good for me. Raiders at Saints. The Raiders beat the, was it the Jags last week or was it the Titans?
The Raiders beat the Jags.
Yeah, so, the Saints are the worst team in the league right now. Without Derek Carr, they are the worst.
And I'm agreeing with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going
Raiders.
Raiders.
Jets
Raider
at Bills.
Nation.
Jets at Bills. I picked the Jets last week against the Rams. I regret it. I'm going to go Bills here. So,
I hope you go Bills here because there's no reason to go Jets.
There's no way.
I think the Bills are going to kick in their doors. It's going to be like one of those Texans games, like 2 to 32.
Right. So Panthers at Bucks. Bucks are 8.5-point favorites. I do think the Panthers cover the spread. The Panthers almost beat the Bucks in overtime last time, but I'm going to go Bucks. Bucks are going to win the game.
I hope you go Bucks.
It's going to be close though.
Like these last couple games, the Panthers have been playing close, but Bryce Young has kind of rejuvenated his career.
He's been a little bit. They're probably going to roll it back one more year.
I don't think
they have no other quarterback options. He's a rookie contract. There's 2. I keep telling you, there's 2 good quarterbacks in this draft. This is not the last draft where there was 6 of them. There's 2. Shador, Cam Ward. That's it. Giants and the Raiders. Those are the 2 people getting quarterbacks.
Like Kirk Cousins.
That guy's shot, man.
That guy's shot. Maybe pick up
Aaron Rodgers.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold might be out there.
Penix
is going to...
Not Penix.
One of them might be going somewhere. That's for
Somebody has to go somewhere.
Yeah, someone. Actually, they could keep both of them, but like bad business, I guess. But anyway, last but not least, Dolphins at Browns. Browns were a little better, but now they got DTR in there. I don't really trust them now. I would bench Jerry Jeudy if I was you. DTR in there, no Jameis.
Damn, I wish I would have known this sooner. I might have to play around with my bench now.
I don't think you should go Jerry Jeudy without Jameis. He only went off with Jameis.
He only went off with Jameis.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he brought that up. But I'm going Browns here. No, I don't know.
I'm going to go Miami.
Browns are home, and they're in the cold weather. So
yeah.
I don't think they're going to play well.
That's a good point.
I think the Browns...
DTR is just so bad, though. It's like... it's tough.
He's looked good some games.
He has. 2 weeks left. There's this week, next week. We're almost through our second full season. Yes, that's crazy, man. Christmas lights.
Say goodbye to them.
Yeah, this is the last week of that. But all right, man.
Christmas over.
We actually fit this all within 40 minutes of one episode. That's great for us. That's great. That's record time. So, all right, man. Record time. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. See you guys next week. Last week of the season next week. Player predictions coming up. Take care. Let's go.